All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another Living Freestyle Game Dev live stream. My name's Kevin. We do this twice a week, Sunday nights and Wednesday mornings right now, although we are taking next week off for the holidays. As a general heads up, the way this works is just like it sounds, an AMA, Q&A, generally speaking around Unreal Engine, game dev, etc. If you have questions, hop in. We'll work on blueprints together, all those things. Why are we doing this? We're doing this because it's actually a really cool way for me to learn a bunch of stuff and something that we can help, hopefully stumble through together. Also, I generally learn a lot along the ways. In the absence of any questions, no stress. I'm just streaming me working through my working prototype. Recently, we've been working on AI, trying to get to our playable first encounter, and as a chance for me to learn a whole lot about other things that I don't get to work on at work. I am fortunate enough to work in game dev professionally. Currently work at Riot Games in R&D. So with that, it looks like we got OPOP in the chat. That's cool. How's it going this morning? I didn't see any questions in any of our past comments or streams, and I didn't, not that I know of, I didn't receive any. So we're just going to go ahead and I guess hop straight into streaming our dev on the agent. We'll make sure we remember to switch to the screen today. Not like I've never done that before. All right, so let's see here. Back in Unreal, and looks like our controller is all set up and everything as well. I am still recovering from a cold, so apologize for the grumbly voice. And let's go ahead and remind ourselves where we were. Okay, so we started with swords, and what we were doing was we were trying to make sure that our enemies prioritize weapons, closer weapons over ourselves. So in this case, they're gonna run over, pick up the weapon, start shooting. Oh, I did not get shields. Oh, shoot. Gives ourselves a bunch of shields. So already picked up the next weapon, so now they've got guns. Shooting, shooting, shooting. Oh, picked up all the guns. All right, that seems good. I guess they're out of ammo. All right, let's run that again. That seemed to be all working. That's great, actually. Uh-oh, that's not what I wanted. Oh yeah, that is what I wanted to do. Okay. Here we go. Let's hop on our shields. I'm closer, or wait, who's closer? Okay, hold on a second. Okay, so that weapon should be closer. Yep, that worked. Okay, we're good. Although once they go to the weapon, they don't switch back to the sword. So let's see if we can fix that. Okay, so we'll have to. I'm dead. All right. Also, I'm bringing up our chat. Okay. Now, so to fix this, we got a couple things that we need to do. Let's bring up our behavior trees. And inside of fight, checking our target enemy, and we're saying whether or not we should scavenge. If we should scavenge, let's go ahead and get rid of these debug spheres. We don't need these anymore. At least for now. Okay. And then weapon found, advanced sector target enemy. All these return false. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to figure out where we should swap our weapons. Here we go, loadout check. Okay, so what I'm curious about is when we hit this, we're going to come through all of these things. This is basically looking for all the weapons around us in the area. That's not really what we want to do, so I'm actually going to make a new task for now. And how we're going to do that? That finds the weapon location. I wonder what is the difference between finding the weapon location and the loadout check? Why are we doing the loadout check here? Because this goes through, it clears all the positions. Start inventory manager, sets it. We get all our actors of weapons. Then we go through and we check our spare ammo. We add these weapon locations. This is adding weapon locations for all the pickups. This is checking whichever one is closest. And then it sets the value of the weapon actor. And then sets our move to location, objective actor. If the weapon was found, it returns success. Otherwise, everything is false. So how is that different? Than find weapon. Find weapon, same thing, gets all the positions. Cooldown percentage. Same thing, gets the weapon locations. Here, gets the test tick pickups. Does a cooldown again. Weapon actor, same deal. Move to location. The only difference is if the weapon is found, we do this. We get our ring positions and then we set our move goal. Down here in our loadout check, if the weapon is found, we just finish. It's kind of weird. Like, why are we doing that? Like, this doesn't do anything. It does set our weapon actor. It does set our objective actor to be our weapon actor. But I don't really understand why we're not updating our move goal on this one. It's literally the exact same thing, the only difference is one finishes and one doesn't. So if we check our loadout, do we have ammo? Not. If we don't have ammo, we're just going to do this. And the reason we're doing our loadout check is, I gotta say, I don't think that makes sense. I don't even know if we need this. If we take that out and we rerun our, even just this simple case test, see what happens. Shield up. It's interesting though. The first thing he does is run right at me. Alright, now he should definitely be closer to a weapon now. Unless he's looking at the one that's furthest away. And then he's not closer to a weapon. Okay, hold on a second. I know we just took out our debug spheres, but I guess we're putting them right back in. Where was that? That was in... Should scavenge? Bummer. Alright. Draw. Debug. Spheres. Alright, we had blue one for us, green one for the weapon, and we're going 50, 60, no, one for the thickness, one for the thickness, one for the duration, and make our radiuses different just in case they're right on top of each other. Which we already know they shouldn't be. And let's try this again. We're never even coming in there now. Why are we never coming in there now? Okay, so should scavenge is never getting triggered. And the reason should scavenge is never getting triggered has to be because we took out that loadout check. Why would that be? Out of ammo? Out of ammo? Does this set out of ammo anywhere in here? Well, I mean, let's try it. Let's plug this back in and see if it all of a sudden starts working. Now we are so close. We're like right on the cusp. Like actually building game stuff. You find a couple of these things. Where's that dude going now? See, that time you definitely ran into the weapon. All right, so there's the sword. Hold up a second. I didn't see our debug spheres. Oh, well, it's because we didn't connect them properly. So hold on, let's go back to that. Should scavenge. Okay, we need these to be the 2 points. So the target enemy was the blue one. And then this is the green one. All right, we're rerunning that test. Interesting. So she goes the weapon. Alright, she just switched to her sword. What? What? How are these spheres drawing at the origin? Oh, because I connected it to color. Oh, foggy brain. I blame the cold. Alright, here we go again. Round 3. It's totally gonna work. Okay. Alright, so the first thing they do is, there we go. Alright, so now we see the 2 spheres. So the colors aren't right because we messed them up, but that's okay. Okay, perfect. Alright, so that is working when that is connected. We just need to figure out why. Sorry, I just got something in my eye. So what happens is this sequence, is there any fail conditions in here? No, this always returns success. Unless the character is not valid. Otherwise, hold on a second. So if the character is not valid and the controlled pawn is not valid, we're going to return false. That's reasonable. Or the inventory component is invalid. Those are all good reasons. Okay, but that's not what's happening here. This is something else. Okay, so the only thing we're doing is setting weapon found to true or false. And we are setting our objective vector to the weapon. So we come in here, target enemy is set. We go going to check our health. We'll set our focus. We'll attack. We'll throw a grenade if we have one. We're going to alert our allies. Then we're going to check our loadout. And what this is going to do is that is going to set our objective actor. Then if we have ammo, which we do not, because we have a sword to start with, this will fail. The sequence will fail, but it's going to force a success. So then it's going to kick over here, and it's going to say, is out of ammo set, force success. It's going to do melee. It's going to find a random attack location and move to it. And wait. Then that's going to succeed. Then it's going to come over here. It's going to check our health and see if we should scavenge. And if we should scavenge, we're going to go, okay. So that's all good. Then we're going to come back through. We need to see this one more time. I don't understand why that's needed. It never, it's like it doesn't, there has to be something that's being set in there that is causing her to never go, and I don't know how to debug this. Let me see if I can get far enough away. Need to move. Uh-oh, not moving fast enough. Ah. Okay, we can rerun this. Let's rerun this with this up so we can see what the behavior tree's doing. We'll keep this open like this time. They spawned. Hey, buddy. All right, so they're in that position. It doesn't look like we're ever going to scavenge. We're never going to scavenge. Why is that? How is that? I don't, there's gotta be something. Out of ammo is set. Comes up here. It's never going here. This is this is why we put this in here now. Because what's happening? All right, so I think we've answered this question. It's never going to scavenge because what's happening is comes down through here, hits this, alerts the allies, doesn't do this, then it drops into this sequence. When it finishes this sequence, it's not continuing over here, it just stays down here. It finishes this and never continues over to here. That's interesting. I thought that when this succeeded, it never aborts, basically. It just stays in this sequence is what's happening. Interesting.
Take me somewhere far away from here.
Okay.
All I want is you.
This is find weapon. Okay, we're gonna make a pretty big change here that I think might fix us. So what we're going to do is we're gonna go to straight to here, because we're gonna add has target, and we are going to include this as part of this loop. So what's going to happen is it's no longer do lean loadout, but it is going to see if it should scavenge as part of the loop. So we should at least see our debug. I don't know if this is going to actually do it yet, but now that will be included in the loop of things that we're doing. How are we doing time-wise? We're doing good. We're doing well. Doing well. My fault. Bad. Alright. So it's gonna find its first position. Now the next one should be scavenge. Hold up a second. Doesn't seem to be that the first one was scavenge. Okay, we're gonna redo this again, but this time with the loop up, because again, it feels like we're not hitting that, which is very confusing to me. I'll make this pretty big. See if we can see what's happening. Alright, let's go. Okay, so moves to and waits. The interesting thing is that finding random location man, it doesn't look like it still doesn't look like it's going over there. Oh, it's failing on should scavenge. There's a red, it is failing on should scavenge. But if it's failing on should scavenge, I should be able to see my spheres at least. But I don't. Hold up. I definitely have spheres. Here's what I want. Let's see if we're hitting this. Put a debug on should scavenge. Alright, first time it's gonna find the spot. Then it waits. Okay, here we are, where it should scavenge. Let's debug this. Alright, we're gonna perform our check. Whoa, it's false. Right off the bat. Weapon found is false. Oh. That's why. Okay. Because, alright, now this makes sense. Now we know why we need this. We don't, should scavenge is relying on weapon found. And nowhere in here are we looking for weapons. That's why we need the loadout. And we shouldn't, But we should be able to use the exact same thing, I would think. But let's see here. Does this have the weapon found thing? It does. What I'm trying to figure out is why we have two separate ones. I just don't feel like we need two separate ones. Oh, I know why. Okay. Because this is going to set our move goal. Loadout check does not set the move. That's the only difference. Wow, that seems so minute. Okay. So this will now work because it's going to be able to find a weapon found, so we will scavenge. I see. I am not totally sold on the cleanliness of that, but let's at least test it. It should at least work now. That is why we needed it. And then we can maybe get back to what we were originally trying to do. Okay. Ooh, look, see, we finally hit our breakpoints. Wow, my mouse is doing some weird stuff. All right, great. So we're back. So this dude's gonna use all his ammo. He also found a weapon. All right, that's what we were doing. We were switching back. Okay, cool. So, excuse me. We can once again get rid of our debug spheres. I'm not going to get rid of the actual those prints yet. So let's compile and save that. And what we were saying was we needed that character just picked up some ammo, and for some reason, at least I'm pretty sure they did. Let's double check. Oh, I don't think we've given it. The tag stacks that it needs for pickup. Oh, it has 0 ammo. But maybe that's all it is. So if we set these to be 8 and 8, will it all of a sudden start working? 8. Okay, so let's go. Maybe we're already fixed. Alright, so goes to his first spot, sees the weapon, is going to try to get to that, but is stuck behind a wall. Interestingly enough, okay, he's going to attack me because I'm closer than the weapon is. If I swap these though, he should go to the weapon. He does. Start shooting. That's great. Run around. Okay, switch back to the sword. He's gonna try to come at me. Now he should be closer to the weapon. Should go get the weapon. He's not, though. Why not? That time he got it. But he didn't switch. It's not an ammo thing. Interesting. So when you pick up a weapon, what happens? If we look at these pickups, if we edit this, holy goodness, Batman. Okay. When we pick it up, we're checking to see we're getting all the items, all the item definitions. Okay, if it's not a new weapon, is it a new weapon is false. We already have inventory weapons, so stat tags, keys, target. It goes through. Leftover. Hold on a second. Let's say the stat tag is magazine ammo. It comes in here and it says get default stat from item def. Okay. Item instance. I want to know what this value is when it comes through here. So let's do this. Let's put a break on this. Go pick up your gun. Okay, shooting. Pew pew. Bang bang bang. Couple more shots. Alright, sword. Now we should hit our breakpoint. We do. Okay. So our stat tags are, we should have one here. We do. And it's our magazine ammo of 8. We're gonna come through here. Leftover is 0. Am I not using the pickups right? The max is 12. Value is 8. So the return value is going to be 8. 8 minus 8 is 0. Leftover is 0. Add stat tag of 8. Okay, so that should add the stat tag. And we have no leftover. Okay, that was for, okay, that's for the pickup. And then what's going to happen is we don't have leftover. Wait, what is our leftover? Alright, there is no leftover. So that should technically... Oh man. There is no leftover, so we don't do anything. If it is a new weapon, we get the next free slot and we add it. Okay, so maybe not. Okay, so if it's, okay, I think this is where we want to be working. All right, so if it's a new weapon, we're gonna get the next free slot and do some stuff. If it's not a new weapon, we may want to check to switch. But here's the thing. Do we want the pickup to be determining whether or not we switch our weapons, or do we want our characters? I think we want our characters. So that's how that works. That's interesting. Also, okay. I think we want to remove this entirely. Here's why. Because if we walk, all right, this is actually from a couple streams ago. Just so you all are aware, this is a couple streams ago. We had a sword equipped and we were fighting and we walked over a gun, and next thing we know we had a gun in our hands. And so this gets back to what do we want the player experience to be, and also what do we want the AI experience to be. If I walk over a weapon, I don't really want to auto equip it necessarily. We could make that an option, but I don't think we want to. We can add it to the next available slot. I think all we do is we just don't set it active. That way the player can choose. So if we just simply disconnect this, let's put a comment around this. This is going to be, what's the comment? Auto switch to new weapon. For some reason, I can't. There we go. Auto switch to new weapon. Okay, so that actually fixes something from a whole bunch of streams ago. And now we can get back to what we were doing, which is in our loadout check, we do B weapons found, but we don't actually do anything. We're not switching to the better weapon or anything like that. So maybe what we want to do in here is we want to switch to a better weapon. And the only purpose of this is to see if a weapon is found. So the fastest way to do that. Do we really need to check spare ammo or any of that stuff in here? I don't feel like we do. These are weapon spawners. So it's going to find them all. Gets the weapon definition. Is valid. If the spare, oh, it's checking to see if there's actually loadout on that. Okay, so that's, I guess that's good. That's if it's a weapon. If it's a test pickup, we get the templates, we check if it's a weapon, and then we add that. Then we check if our distance to that is less than our min distance, and then we go through and we set the weapon. So that's finding the closest one of the available weapon locations. And then here we set our objective actor and our move to location, temporary variable. And then we're casting our objective actor to an actor. If it's successful, we say weapon found. I don't know why we need to do that. That seems like extra. Because we've already gone through and said that these are weapons. We know these are weapon locations. This is the only thing I'm not sold on. I'm not sold on why we're setting our objective here. I do think we want to set B weapon found. That is definitely true. And if it's false, we're setting B weapons found to false. Okay, so I actually think we don't need to do this. We don't need to set this either. Oh, let's move this back. Okay, so what we're going to do is let's just try a cleaner version of this. So I'm going to keep all of this and this. We're going to move this down here. Hold on. And what we're going to do is we're going to check to see if the weapon actor is valid. If the weapon actor is valid, we're going to come through and we're going to set all of these things. This should all still work the same now. The difference is we're not changing our move to locations or objective actors, which is cool. I think we're going to make another task for this. In general, I think we'll be able to get rid of all that. All right, let's just make sure this all works the same. All right, get some shield. Okay, it's gonna back off initially. Going to go pick up a gun. Oh, interesting. Okay, so picked up the gun, but didn't do anything with it. Why not? Because we're not forcing them to... Interesting. Picking up more weapons. Because the weapon's closer than I am. But they're not actually switching to the gun. The reason being is because we took out the auto activate slot. Right? Now, this is a problem because right now what's happening is he keeps going to that weapon instead of coming to me. It's probably at max ammo for the sword, for the pistol. So what's happening is max ammo for the pistol, but he's not actually attacking me. And the reason is out of ammo is not set. Okay, so is there a way to put an ore in here? I don't think so. So I think we need to make a new condition for this, a new decorator. Because this can't be just out of ammo. Because we may not be out of ammo. We may have ammo in our weapons, but they're not equipped. We may be using melee. So how do we... Out of ammo is not set. Should fight. Okay, out of ammo. Weapon found. Is magless. This is what we need to check. So let's do this. Let's create a new decorator. And we're going to say let's call this should melee. Alright, and inside should melee, under our perform check, what we're going to do is we're going to check to see if it's a on. That's great. We're going to get the equipment definition. We're going to get the current def. And okay, so if it's a magless weapon is true, this is going to return true. All right. The other reason we would want to return true is we're out of ammo. So let's say we're out of ammo. Okay, we're gonna get rid of a bunch of these because they're just confusing the issues here. We're not going to do all of this. We are going to set our current weapon def. We do need to do this. And somehow we've gotten disconnected from source control. It's okay, we are almost at a wrap for today, so then what we're going to do is out of ammo. If we're out of ammo, or we're magless, then we should melee. Otherwise, balls. Here, let me move this out of the way. Or actually, let me just reconnect real quick. Okay, so back to it. Perforce, accept. Okay, so if we, otherwise we should be false. And the other reason we should be false is if for some reason we don't have an inventory item instance proper. Let's get rid of this, clean this up. Let's move this down here. Also cleaning this up. Just make the flow of lines a little better because it doesn't matter the order for ores. Okay. Leaving blueprints cleaner than when we found them or made them. That's the goal. Okay, so if we're out of ammo or we're using a magless weapon, we should melee, is generally the gist of this decorator. All right, so let's compile and save that. Compile, save. Sweet, let's go back to our should fight, and rather than checking out of ammo, let's use a decorator. Add decorator, should melee. All right, so let's save that. Now, what should happen, let's compile and save these. Let's make sure everything's saved. Compile and save. So what should happen is the same thing as happened before. He's not gonna switch weapons. We're not fixing that right now. But what should happen is, once we get some shields in here, they should go pick up the weapon, and then if they're, oh wait, they may come try to attack me because, yeah, because we already magless, so she's gonna try to attack me. Okay, so now let's see if we can, is she trying to get to me? Where's she going? She's stuck. Bummer. Oh, okay, she's alive. Let's get her closer to, there we go. So now, she should come back to trying to attack me again. There we go. Great. So she goes there. Now let's see where we are in this loop now. So she's in the should. Okay, so now she's in May. Wait. Hold on a second. How did she? Look at that. Find random attack location somehow isn't around me? What? So going to the gun, but we're full, so we need to fix that so they're not repeatedly going to that gun. Although if she had her gun, okay, now she's coming to attack me. Okay. Then she's going to the gun. That looks bogus to me. Okay, so now she's, okay, hold on a second. We've got 3 things happening all at the same time. So she comes to me, she goes back to the gun. When she's done with the gun, for some reason she's going into the regular fight loop, which she should not be doing. And then she finds a gun. And again into the regular fight loop. Why is she going in there? Do we have ammo? Oh, this is why. It's because we shouldn't be checking if we have ammo for this decision. Let's try something real quick. I know technically we're at the end, but do we have ammo? Okay, that's confusing, the wording I used there, but let's add this here and change it to the not. Inverse. So if we shouldn't melee, then we're gonna come in here. If we should melee, we should go here. So she should stop going into that loop and doing that back and forth thing. Still not gonna fix the weapon pickup issue. All right, so we do the weapon pickup. Now we're gonna do the weapon pickup again because it's closer. But then we're gonna come try to get me. And what are we gonna do now? We're gonna go try to do the weapon pickup again. That's the one that's busted. Then we're gonna try to do this. Now if I'm closer, see, that's the thing I don't understand. Why is he backing away? Okay, that time he didn't back away. That time he didn't back away. This time he goes to the gun. Okay, we need to be a little bit more zoomed out so I can see what's happening. But I'm gonna die, aren't I? I died. So right there, right now he's probably in patrol. So he goes back to where he's defending. So now he's gonna find something that's closer. So he goes to get the gun, even though he's full weapons. So he's supposed to be coming. Okay, I'm not convinced that this random attack location is working the way we think it is. So when we look at this, I want to know where it's setting this move to location when we're done. So let's just draw a debug sphere here. Make it 70 red. That's where the enemy's going. Let's see what's happening. All right. So, gonna go pick up the gun. Then should find a random attack location. So far not. There it is, there's one. That was a fast sphere. We need to make that sphere longer. I'm missing it. That is way too fast. Let's go with a duration of 1, or let's say duration of, yeah, well, duration of 1, thickness of 1. Okay, so first gets a quick random attack location, then it's going to go to pick up the gun. Okay, so that's me. Okay, then it goes to the gun again. Why'd it go there? That's the one that doesn't make sense. It should only go there if it's in the other attack loop. Somehow, this dude, what's happening is he's still somehow hitting this. Oh, dagnabbit. Which is just, I'm not sure how that's possible. So it goes to pick up the gun. That's gonna be his attack location. Okay. Now, he's stuck, of course. We need to break him out of this. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Come on. You can do it. There we go. Okay. Just gonna go to the gun. Then there's that spot. Now I should be closer than him. There's that one. There's that one, okay. Oh, wow. Goes to the gun. Okay, now all of a sudden it's working. All right, let's pick up this weapon so we can take this out of there. Do you reload again? There we go. So this gun is no longer in play. Okay, maybe I was wrong. It's not hitting that. It sure did look like. See, why did... Oh, wait, that's where I was. No, but where's that? How's that the random location? This is where I am. That's the random location. I was never even over there. How did that become the random location? Okay, something is wrong with our finding random attack location when we're in melee mode. That's the answer to this. Like, that dude should not be going over there. Because we're not actually... I thought we were hitting our find cover position, which was changing our stuff, but that's not what's happening. Okay, so we're gonna leave that as a good point for us to call this done for today. So we made some progress, a little bit slow, but we're getting there. We're getting there. Things are starting to come together. We're cleaning up our AI trees a little bit, which is good. I think a couple more tweaks and we can get back to multiple enemies, balancing the counter, trying to play through it, all those kinds of things, which is cool. I've got to save a bunch of stuff before I wrap up here for the night. As a reminder, and I will update the schedule, we're not going to be doing any streams next week for holidays. So Sundays, next Sunday and next Wednesday, that is the 18th and 19th, 20th, 21st, basically the week of the 18th through the 24th of December, we're not going to have any live streams. So if I get a chance to record a pre-recorded one, I may try to do that. A class that I did on just blueprints for artists, but I will post about that on Twitter or whatever if that's the case. So I hope that you all have an amazing holiday as we roll into this New Year's, and I will catch you all later. For anybody else who is hanging out in the wings, if you have questions for the next stream, go ahead and throw those in the comments for this one, or feel free to hop in to the next stream when it happens after that holiday break. Have a good one, y'all.